Hey Gemini, how's it going everybody? Welcome to Blue Mountains Tarot. This is going to be your general reading for the first half of October. Please keep that in mind with the general reads that, sometimes they resonate, sometimes they don't. If you are interested, I do offer personalized readings. You can contact me below in the description box. I am going to be doing more lives. I did do a live. It was very spontaneous, very short notice, but I do offer free questions, kind of a donation based or tip based, if you want, pay what you can kind of thing. So I'll be doing more lives as well. So if you have like a quick question you want to ask or get clarity on, I'll do my best to offer that. Thank you so much, Gemini, in advance for hitting the like, share, subscribe. I appreciate the support. Some of you send in little tips and the thank you button and all that. I appreciate that, so thanks. What just flipped out here? The Seven of Swords flipped out. What's going on with that? Ooh. Uh-oh. Well, that's you guys. Lovers is Gemini. So, I don't love this energy so far, but let me take a look at what's going on. The Justice. The Nine of Cups. Okay. It's interesting. When it flipped out like that, it came out of nowhere. And I think that some of you... how can I put this to you? Something that you feel was not right or not fair, it reminds me of a friend of mine who I thought I had a really close friendship. I thought, anyways, whatever. I don't wish any harm, but it's like suddenly it just broke down and fell apart. I don't even know why. I don't even understand. But I see the benefit now. I see the reason now. I see where when that person left my life, my life actually worked out for the better. I got more of what I wanted. I got more what I was meant to have. I opened up doors for new people to come in. And it's like somebody here could be hanging on to a situation, a relationship, a friendship, whatever, that it's kind of like when the Lovers talks about having a choice. It's almost like we choose to stay in a situation that really it's going to go sour at some point, but we don't necessarily want it to be that way. And when it happens, we're like, what the hell happened? I just got ghosted or deceived or cheated on or lied to or whatever. But I think that there's something here that actually brings you, post situation, you realize that this was the right choice to happen, even though it could have been difficult. But it was the right choice to make, or the right choice for that person to do for you, to bring you into balance in your life. Because I know that it was probably an unhealthy situation I was in, where it was just more of a codependent scenario. It was like a friendship, but it was it wasn't really flourishing. Maybe, let's say it was unhealthy in a way. So there's something here that I think you ultimately see where you benefit in the end here, Gemini, and you get what it is you truly want, especially if you have found a new relationship. It's kind of like you could have been hanging on to or being like, what happened to that person? And then you're like, actually, now that you're with someone else, let's say, or you've moved on, or even if whatever that, your new beginning, your new life, you're seeing where it played a role, it played a part, and it was meant to move on. I want to find out a little bit more about the Seven of Swords. Just want to ask, because that did come flying out. Let's see. You could be connecting with Libra. Let's take a look here. Seven of Swords. Why? What happened there? The Four of Wands in reverse. Okay, there was really nothing very stable about this connection, or at least it wasn't necessarily going anywhere. Maybe it was difficult for you to really form a healthy bond, actually get close and personal, maybe form a deeper connection, maybe further the relationship into something more deep. Somebody here may have leaned on somebody else too much. It's like this person could have been taking the energy off of you, Gemini, for your stability. and kind of robbing your stability or robbing your sense of like, because it was like the instability. There's something about instability and stability, and one kind of feeding off the other. And normally it would be the unstable feeding off the stable. So there's something about that. Again, you're the justice nine. You're back into balance here. Something wasn't fair. Something wasn't right. Something wasn't equal with you guys. Somebody, the Empress. Wow. I was gonna say somebody here could have been, and I'm not saying all only children are like this because they're not, but there could have been an only child sort of syndrome, or somebody who felt like everything was theirs, maybe selfish, maybe greedy, maybe entitled, maybe, it's all about them. There could have been a little bit of that going on. What is this, Empress? Ace of Swords. I think there's something here, Gemini, about making yourself very clear and aware that you shouldn't, or you don't have to second guess who you are, what you have to offer. It's kind of like your self-worth, but I think some of you might be sort of overthinking your ability or your skills or something. It's kind of like somebody who, I give another example, a friend of mine second guessing himself around approaching a client of his, like a potential client, because he's not feeling worthy enough. And I'm like, dude, you're so good at what you do. Why would you ever question that? Why would you ever question and not approach something because you're second guessing your abilities, how good you are? So there's something here, Gemini, that it's almost like give yourself a chance, or give yourself the clarity. You deserve the clarity in the mind to know that you offer up a lot of value, a lot of goodness, a lot of quality, a lot of skills. It's like people who are feeling a little bit a worthiness issue or insecure around something. I think there's something that you're just unclear about in a situation that's maybe making you feel that way. I don't know. But I feel like it's sort of saying, as easy or difficult as this seems, make up the decision in your mind that you are everything that you need to be, and you offer up all of the things that are worthy in a role, whether that's a relationship role. It's like motherly energy too, the Empress. So somebody here who might feel like they have mom guilt, or they have some kind of guilty conscience around a parent or being like parenting. And it's like, no, you're actually a great mom. You're actually a very clear communicator with your kids, or you're a very loving mother, or you're a very good provider. And like, there could be one little thing that changes your mind on why you are not the perfect mom, or perfect employee, or perfect wife or girlfriend or husband or whatever. It's female energy. So there's more of a divine feminine there. And I want to clarify a little more on this, because some of you, there could be an idea or something that you're trying to create or build and execute a plan, and it's not happening. There's something there that could be getting your mind overthinking, or kind of like, why isn't this happening? And then we start to say, well, maybe we're not meant to do this. Maybe there's something that's wrong with the way I'm doing this. This is why it's not working out. It reminds, like, yeah, I always give examples, guys. I always give analogies to try to paint pictures, but this is how readings happen for me. They paint pictures. So I want to clarify that, because I think that there's something that if you set your mind to it, you will succeed at what you need to be doing. Whether that's just being you, whether that's showing up to a role, whether that's creating a business plan or an idea or doing something. Something has you trapped in your own mind that you, the one thing is not to second guess. I just want to see, tell me a little bit more about all of this energy. The Ace of Cups, new beginnings. So you've got two aces here. It's like when you feel something, like coming from a place of emotional, from love, coming from a place of just feeling self-worthiness, feeling love, feeling lovable. Maybe this is something around love, feeling worthy, feeling lovable. Maybe some of you need to hear a little bit more reassurance. Again, I use that example of a mother who's like, I feel guilty because ... And it's like, all this child or children needs is love. They need clear communication, safety, love. They need to feel, safe, protected. And that it's like, get out of your head around the little mistake you may have made, or, I did something wrong. It's like a fear of not being maybe perfect. I want to get one more around these aces. Clarify this Ace of Cups. I just want to see, because this could be around the Knight of Swords. Some of you are really stressing about when something's going to match with you, like a relationship, love, being in a good place in your life. And it's kind of like, just have that decision that everything is in a good place where you're at. And there's nothing that you're doing right or wrong as to maybe why you haven't found a new love, or why you're not in a role that you want in your life or something. It's like, don't second guess yourself, Gemini. Sometimes things take time to unfold, and we're kind of stressing ourselves out. And for a lot of you, it could be around like that loving, committed relationship. When is it going to happen for me? What's wrong with me? There must be something wrong. Why is this not happening? What is everyone thinking? That kind of unnecessary mental stress, or self-critic, self-blame, that kind of thing. Clear your mind from that, because you offer all that the right person will hire you, love you, whatever that is. You're also learning here as well, Gemini. So we can't be expected to be perfect all the time. We're always learning about ourselves. We're learning about other people. We're learning about the job that we're in. We're always learning. So give yourself a chance there to make a few mistakes or learn lessons along the way. The important thing is that you come from a good intention of love, that you love what you're doing. It's like, I love what I do. Am I a perfect tarot reader? Am I the best? Absolutely not. No, I feel what I do, and if it works, great. I feel confident, but I'm not perfect, and I don't always read the way someone else would read. So there is no right or wrong way. It's delivering the message to my client in this case. Okay, let's take a look here. What else for Gemini? Anything that's not working out here, Gemini, or in your favor, let's say, is not necessarily, it may feel like it's affecting your stability, but it's not necessarily affecting your stability. There's something that it might be throwing you off. It might be throwing you a little bit of a lesson in life, but you may feel like, if I lose my job, that's it, I have no stability. But maybe losing that job, and when you find what you really want to do, what you really love, that somebody else welcomed you into this company over here, you're like, oh my gosh, not only do I have my stability back, but I also I'm in the right role, I'm in the right place, I'm doing what I'm doing. Or a relationship, right? It's like, when am I going to find love? Like, you don't want to just, you want to wait for the right opportunity, for the true situation, the true connection, a real connection. It doesn't affect necessarily your lovability or your stability or things like that. 10 of Pentacles, see? All the abundance, all the long-term stability, everything is there for you. There's a lot of abundance here around you, Gemini, and a lot of growth and like that stability to come for you. So there's a lot of wealth around you, even when you feel like you lost some of it or what you thought you lost. Because I feel like in reverse, this would be like, we're not feeling stable in the long run. We're not feeling abundant. We don't feel grateful. We don't feel like life is giving us what we want in life. But you really are. It's also an attitude or a perception. Clarify why that popped out. I'm just curious. Ten of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups. Yeah, some of us are getting caught up in illusions. We're thinking, or we're getting overwhelmed emotionally that things are not chosen for us, or that, maybe there's no choices for us out there, that we have limited choices. You have all the abundance of choice with the Empress, Ten of Pentacles, the Lovers, Justice, Ace of Swords. You've got lots of possibilities to change things. Maybe not all, it's not always smooth and perfect sailing. Not saying that, because some of you are definitely going through some stressful times, or you're feeling betrayed, or you're feeling like, shit, man, my life, this situation turned on you. So you might be feeling a bit of that stress. Okay, I think I'm going to leave your reading there. There's the Hangman. See, there's a little bit of sacrifice or feeling stuck at times. But the Hangman also talks about how we see perception and how our perspective is on things. So keep it in perspective. Is it just happening for a little tiny sliver of time in your life? Or is this, it depends. Let's see here. What's your message from the Wisdom of the Tao? It's like abundance. There's also this thing here, Gemini, where abundance is giving you a lot of the things you do want in life. Again, you might be missing that one thing. Some people are like, I have all the money, all the jobs, I have everything I want, but I don't have a partner, or I don't have a kid, or whatever that missing, what you feel, is missing. But for the most part, there's a lot of energy here that shows me that Gemini is very, very fortunate in getting what it is they want out of life for the most part. There's a lot of choices for you at this time. And I think some of you hang on during the time where you're feeling very like maybe less fortunate, or you're not feeling like things are working out. Your stability's been affected. It could also be around particular people that you're associating with, or a person, or a relationship. Sometimes friends or relationships actually bring us down, and we start to decline in our ability to focus, to obtain success, and to do things. They can actually distract us negatively. They can disable us and create like losses where you're just like, shoot. So there's something that if you're feeling it has to move on, or someone moved on from you, it's probably something that would work out for the better in the long run for you. Be patient. You are not patient enough. Patience is not about doing nothing. Patience is knowing profoundly that nothing can be done to change the situation in the present moment. Wait, and the inevitable will materialize. So similar to kind of what I was saying is that maybe right now some of you are feeling a little bit like, vulnerable or volatile in a way with things around you. But patience is often, it's a common message, it's a common card, but hopefully that helps you guys. I hope that helps, Gemini. I want to wish you guys a great day. Thank you for hitting the like, share, subscribe. I appreciate it. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Take care.